All right, thank you guys. The Astros take on the Rays, Game 6. And that's going to be a 6:07 p.m. Eastern first pitch. Rays are up 3-2 in the series. They're also the $1.35 favorite with a total at 8 runs flat. We're 3-0 in our last 3 MLB tier package plays on patreon.com/Brock Page. We're also 4-1 in our last 5 picks in that very same category. For more information on how you can join in on the action, link for that site is in the description section below. And once again, that's patreon.com/Brock Page. Now the Astros are plus $1.15 for some money line cash. And if you like Houston to cover the 1.5, they're minus $1.80, catching the 1.5 on the run line. Looks like Framber Valdez for the Astros, Blake Snell for the Rays. Now Snell struck out 13 batters in just over 10 innings of work in the postseason. He's got a playoff ERA of just 3.38 and a whip of just 1.03. Snell also went 4-2 on the entire 2020 season with a cumulative ERA of 3.24. So these playoff numbers are very on par with his season-long production. Now Blake struck out a total of 63 batters in 50 innings of work for the entire year. The Rays are also winning over 72% of their ball games when they bat second. They're also winning nearly 68% of their contests when favored. They rank in the top 10 in fewest runs allowed per contest, top 10 in striking batters out. Now, this Tampa pitching staff is averaging nearly double-digit strikeouts for the entire 2020 season as well. They're also giving up less than 8 hits a game and less than 3.8 runs per contest. Now, the Rays have won 12 out of their last 16 games, and that includes regular season and postseason action. And, of course, can't talk about the Rays without mentioning Randy Arozarena, who has 20 hits in the playoffs. 417 postseason batting average, 6 homers, 8 RBI for Randy. He also has a playoff on-base percentage of .462 and 43 total bases. Tampa's held the Astros to just 3.2 runs per contest on average in their last 10 head-to-head meetings. And speaking of the Astros, they've been victorious in just 3 out of their last 7. They've also been victorious in just 13 out of their last 36 when they bat first. They're also winning just 34% of their games when catching plus money. Houston ranks in the top 10 in the league in most runs given up as the away team. They're also in the top 5 in most walks allowed away from home as well. Yuli Gurriel, what the hell happened to him? He has just 4 hits in 38 at-bats this postseason. He's batting just 105 in the 2020 playoffs with no extra base hits and just 1 RBI. Now, catcher Martin Maldonado, he's also batting a measly 188 in the postseason with just 1 RBI and 16 strikeouts. Even Alex Bregman's batting just 244 in the postseason with only 2 extra base hits and 2 RBI himself. Houston's cashed in on the run line at just 45% of their ball games this season. Now, total-wise, the Astros are 6-2 to the under in their last 8 games. They also saw 8 out of their last 10 head-to-head meetings with Tampa Bay stay under the posted number. Meanwhile, the Rays on the other side are 7-0 to the under in their last 7 straight themselves. Give me the Rays winning this one outright and the under 8 runs in that game. Now, guys, we are once again 3-0 in our last 3 MLB tier package plays on patreon.com/Brock Page. Winners of our last 3 straight in that category. We're also 4-1 in our last 5 plays in that very same tier membership. And of course, before we go ahead and move on with the show, just want to take another quick time out and welcome you to the video. Got some lines of personal leans out for Friday's MLB baseball action. Happy Friday to you. The weekend is finally here. I also wanted to remind you once again of our current winning streak in our MLB tier package on Patreon as well. Already did that. So if you want some more information on how you can join in on the action on Patreon, link for that site is in the description section below. I highly recommend you check it out. And once again, that's patreon.com/Brock Page. Moving on, we're going to take a look at our next game. It is going to be Dodgers-Braves Game 5. And that's going to be a 9:08 p.m. Eastern first pitch in the NLCS. Braves up 3-1 in the series. Now, this game's currently off the board as we're waiting for pitcher confirmation. It does look like it's going to be the hard-throwing youngster, Dustin May, on the bump for Los Angeles. Maybe Josh Tomlin for the Braves, but we are not confirmed yet on either pitcher. But regardless of that, as good as this Braves team looks, and as much as I've tailed them in this very series, I just can't imagine that we're going to see a gentleman's sweep here tonight, as good as this Dodger lineup is. Now, LA won 73% of their ball games when they batted first this season. They also rank in the top 3 in run production, top 5 in fewest strikeouts per 9 at the plate. Just can't see him being eliminated here tonight. Corey Seager's batting .324 in the postseason with 3 homers and 11 RBI. Mookie Betts has also hit 5 doubles and scored 9 times in the playoffs. And Max Muncy, I know I was kind of ragging on him the other day. He's walked 13 times in the playoffs and has an on-base percentage of .463 in the postseason. Now, this Dodger lineup averages 6.3 runs per contest as the away team. They also average nearly 5 offensive walks per contest when they bat first as well. Dustin May, he went 3-1 this season in 10 starts, .257 ERA and a 1.09 whip. The Dodgers have given up just 3.5 runs per contest for the entire season. They also rank in the top 3 in fewest hits allowed per contest. They are taking on an Atlanta team who, once again, like I said, I've been tailing for the majority of this series. Having said that, though, the Braves, they allowed 6.2 runs per contest in their last 10 head-to-head meetings with the Dodgers. They also gave up nearly 5 free passes a game in those meetings. Now, this Braves lineup strikes out 10 times per game, and they give up over 3.5 walks per contest on the pitching side of things as well. This Braves pitching staff allows nearly 5 runs per contest for the entire season. And once again, as good as these guys have been in the series, we've made some good money with the Braves. There's still a couple of key bats that have gone cold for the Braves in the postseason. I'm talking about Austin Riley, who's batting just .182 in the playoffs, 13 strikeouts, 1 RBI. And Nick Markakis has gone just 6 for 29 with 10 strikeouts and no runs batted in. Once again, Braves are in a real good spot to win the pennant this week. Just not sure it's going to happen tonight. So with all that said and done, give me the Dodgers winning this one outright this evening and extending the series another game. All right, guys, that is going to do it for me. Once again, don't forget to check me out on Patreon. I know I talk about Patreon a lot during these videos, but it's a great website, a lot of great information, a lot of good stuff going on. Now, if you guys decide to get a package here today, just keep in mind we'll bill you the day you sign up, and then the first of every month following that. But most importantly, guys, got to thank you for joining me right here on YouTube. I really hope you enjoyed all this great free content and all this great free information. And with that said, happy Friday to you. Best of luck to you. And I look forward to seeing you later on today on my website at patreon.com/BrockPage.